I'm Sarah, I'm from Tafwa, and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Freddy, I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah, I live in Asinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Hulamila, I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM, it rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Amrita Priyadarshini and this is FPC News. Tonight, church leaders to speak on gender-based violence. Fiji Human Resources Institute to introduce foundation program in human resources. And Fiji Red Cross Society's Lautoka branch receives a facelift. The members of the Fiji Council of Churches have decided to join hands to raise awareness on gender-based violence and child abuse. The collective nationwide effort will coincide with the 16 days of activism and Break the Silence Sunday. Tokasa Rainima reports.
From next week, many churches will observe Break the Silence Sunday, an effort to open up a conversation within the church about rape and sexual assault.
Put emphasis on the breaking of the silence against violence against women and children through pulpit, through preaching, through reading of scriptures, through liturgies, and also there will be a commercial on TVs and cinemas.
The members of the council had made a collective decision on the initiative in September. Reverend Nawandra says gender-based violence and child abuse has become an issue of grave concern in Fiji, and as faith leaders, they want to speak with one voice in condemning it.
We have always been preaching about non-violence, and we hope that through this we will be with government and with the Vanua and with other stakeholders in Fiji, try and bring out a better Fiji for everyone.
Topics such as rape and sexual assault have been a taboo in churches, and the decision to openly talk about this has been widely welcomed.
I do believe it is a good initiative for all churches to come as one voice regarding that topic, the violence against women and children.
I fully support these ideas that the head of the churches of the World Council of Churches will come together, particularly on this Sunday, to speak and to preach on this issue.
Because the Bible talks about that we should be loving. We are commanded to love one another, and violence against women and children is very opposite to what the Lord teaches in the Bible, so I fully support this.
The leaders of the Fiji Council of Churches will preach the same sermon, which will address the issue of violence against women and children, starting from next Sunday. Tokas Renima, FPC News.
The Fiji Human Resources Institute will be facilitating an Australian accredited foundation program from next year. This is part of their strategic plan that was announced at their annual national convention in Singatoka yesterday.
The foundation program will be offered by the Australian Human Resource Institute, an affiliate of the Fiji Human Resources Institute. Together with this, the Fiji Institute is also looking at exchange programs where human resource personnel can have attachment programs in Asian countries.
People go for a month, but it's in their own special areas. So they go and learn. After they come back, then try and implement those things in the organizations, bring about changes, implement all the good things. So it will be an offer from FHRI, but then it will depend who wants to utilize that opportunity, who wants to, experience out of it.
Singh says this initiative is not targeted at any individual organization, but they are taking a collective approach to help in nation building.
Trying to take a very neutral approach to say, and this is what the HRs really should be doing, is not saying, okay, we are only the advocates of the employees or we are the advocates of the employers and all that stuff. But where things are wrong, they should say it's wrong, we need to improve.
Australian Human Resource Institute member Angelina Pillay says the conference provided an excellent platform to discuss issues affecting the human resources industry.
Themes are on point at a global level. I think you're talking about HR's role within business, you're talking about organisational strategy and how that actually has a huge impact on the people plan. We're talking about leadership and the skills that are needed from leaders to then cascade across the people of its business.
This was the 11th conference for the Institute, which was attended by over 170 human resource personnel, chief executives from Fiji and the region. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
10 men who are facing sedition-related charges have been arrested for allegedly breaching their bail conditions. Police spokesperson Anna Naisora confirms the 10 held a meeting in the Western Division, which is in breach of their bail conditions. They are kept in custody at the Namaka Nandi police station. The accused will appear in the Nandi Magistrates Court tomorrow. Police Chief of Operations ACP Rusiata Tundravu says they lack manpower at the cell block based at the Suva courthouse. His comment follows recent failed attempts by 3 remand prisoners to escape while they were being escorted to the cell block before appearing in court. The incident happened last Thursday. The inmates tried to escape by getting into a parked taxi. ACP Tundravu says they need more officers at the cell block since there has been an increase in remand prisoners lately.
People have to understand that the volume of transfer of remand prisoners now is not like before. While we do not condone police officers allowing prisoners to escape, on the other side of it, it is a challenge for us in terms of our manpower deployment, especially in this area, the prisoners escort, because the number seems to increase every month.
The Fiji Red Cross Society has for decades helped numerous people in times of need, but today one of its oldest branch got the much-needed assistance. A team from the BLK Fiji branch carried out renovations at the Society's Lautoka branch, which was in poor condition for years. Ellen Stoltz with the details.
A team of close to 30 staff of BLK helped restore services at the Fiji Red Cross Society's Lautoka branch.
When there's an emergency or when there's a natural disaster, then we see Red Cross. But apart from that, there's no engagement in between. But we feel as a company that it's time to give back to them, and that's why we are here.
Renovations included painting, cleaning, repairs to and around the building, and carrying out electrical works.
Repair and maintenance. That's one of the main areas that we've always wanted to solve. But with BLK company coming in to support this activity, I think it's a good initiative.
People can get together for the common good, and I suggest that, I encourage that we do that. I mean, there's so many, this is just one institution, but there are other crucial sectors of the community, of like key players that we rely on them when on a need-be basis, especially when there's a disaster in most cases.
BLK spent around $2,000 on this project and is hopeful others will be inspired to do the same. Ellen Stoltz, FBC News.
Coming up on FBC News, Archana Williams wins local singing competition. And Miss Fiji pageant kickstarts in Singatoka. Stay with us.
It's me Simster here right from the Reykjavik town और सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट शो में मैं सुनता हूँ जब ब्रेकफास्ट शो में रहता है अश्लील और संगीता के साथ इसी के साथ सुनते सुनते 11 से 2 भाभी जी का शो जितेन शामिल you know something Reykjavik मिर्ची एफएम is hot
मैं हूँ श्वेता दुकुशन औसरी से लोग देखते हैं ईद का चांद लेकिन मेरा चांद तो मिर्ची एफएम है
हमारा नाम जाबिर है हम कोर्निविया नसोरी में रहता है मिर्ची एफएम हम सब टाइम सुनता है मिर्ची एफएम बहुत जुलूम है मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Welcome back to FBC News. There are more opportunities around the world for boys than girls, and Fiji is no different. This was revealed by UNFPA's Director and Representative Bruce Campbell while talking on the state of the recently released World Population Report that promotes investment in 10-year-old girls around the world. Kelly Vadala reports.
The State of World Population 2016 report focuses on the life of a 10-year-old girl with ways to improve the trend where boys get more opportunities. The UNFPA says 10-year-old girls in Fiji are very much part of the strategy, with close to 200,000 found to be below the age of 15.
And if she's empowered, we won't have a dependent society with huge a huge population growth and the inability to provide social and protection services. We'll have a very prolific and empowered community that can make meaningful contributions in their own life and for the society around them right here in Fiji.
The report also says 10 essential actions for the 10-year-old girl. It calls for the stipulation of legal equality for girls, the ban of all harmful practices against girls, to provide safe, high-quality education that uphold gender equality, institute a 10-year-old mental and physical health checkup for all girls, provide universal comprehensive sexual education when puberty begins. It also calls for a systematic focus on inclusion, track and close investment gaps in young girls, mobilize new funds for mental health, use the 2030 Agenda Data Revolution to better track progress and engage girls, boys and everyone around them in changing gender discriminatory norms.
If she can make choices, she's well educated, she's going to have a good income, she's going to be making the contribution we're talking about that will make a huge difference in the prosperity of her as an individual, but the prosperity of Fiji as a nation.
While Fiji is said to be on track just like any other developing countries, there is still room for improvement. Kelly Vathala, FBC News.
Weeks of late-night rehearsals have finally paid off for 25-year-old Archana Williams, who won the local singing competition Sur Sangharsh held at Suva's Vodafone Arena last night. Williams says she has been singing from the age of 5 and her family has been her biggest motivation. Kelly Vathala once again with this report.
Archana Williams of Suva, who was the overall winner of the Sur Sangharsh competition organized by the Saregama Pa Events Group. Williams walked away with $1,000 prize money.
Brought me out of my shell, has given me confidence, has taken the stage fright away from me. Blessed to be of a Catholic family. So I've had experience in singing in the church choir. Since a little girl, I knew that I loved singing, so I always had a thing for singing.
Chief guest at the event, Minister for Health and Medical Services, Rosie Akbar, said it was a good platform for locals to showcase their talents.
We all have this passion to listen to music because music has the ability, to soothe, heal, and a lot of things that it deals with emotions, and no matter what music you listen to, what singer you listen to, I think we need to appreciate music.
Pranil Prasad came in second and Harsha Harshmita was the third runner-up. The competition has grown over the last 2 years, along with an increased interest from local singers. Kelly Vadhala, FBC News.
11 Queen contestants vying for the Miss Fiji crown made their first public appearance at the Lawanga Park in Singatoka as the week-long pageant kick-started. Led by 2015 Miss Fiji, Zaira Beg, the 11 contestants were introduced to the public. These contestants represent different towns and cities. Among them are Miss Nasinu, Miss Ba, Miss Suva, Miss Lotoka, Miss Ovalau, Miss Nandi, Miss Nosori, Miss Tavua, Miss Raki, Miss Lambasa and Miss Singatoka. This is the second year for the pageant and the winner will represent Fiji at the Miss South Pacific pageant. Tropica Island Resort has only been in operation for 3 years now, but is already making a mark in the tourism industry by focusing on 2 key aspects, celebration and rejuvenation. The resort won the 2015 ANZ Excellence in Tourism Awards for accommodation quality and made a huge impact with online reviews on TripAdvisor in 2014. In our Successful Fijian segment tonight, Ellen Stolz is going to share the resort's incredible story as it all began with a simple dream.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Located 1.5 hours out of Port Denarau, the Tropica Island Resort in the Mamanuthas is stamping its mark in Fiji's tourism industry. The exclusive resort, which opened in 2013, boasts 30 mbures. Owner and managing director Rob Ciccone says he fell in love with the idea of operating his own resort during his first trip to Fiji in 1991.
I remember visiting Fiji for the first time and I went to a resort, and I remember jumping out of the boat and onto the sand, and there was all the serenaders on the beach singing the Bula Malaya, and it was just the most special experience at that time. I remember looking up at the resort at that time and saying to myself, this is what I want to do with my life.
Ciccone says running a resort business is not easy, especially in the Pacific, where we are prone to natural disasters. However, it all comes down to prudent management and thinking ahead.
It's not unlike any other business, whether in Fiji or around the world. You've got the inherent challenges of starting a business and running a business, HR, management, finance, marketing, sales, all of those day-to-day operational things. And then secondly, in the South Pacific, I mean, we're obviously affected by weather, and with climate change we've got cyclones. We're aware of them, but also very, very prepared for them.
Born and raised in Melbourne, Australia, Ciccone says despite coming from a business background, he never thought of being where he is today.
We live every single day we're united by our core values, and those core values are passion, enthusiasm, be world class, small is big, and respect. And it's those four things that drive us every single day, and what helps us to actually create magic moments for our guests.
Like many successful bosses, Ciccone knows too well that his success is not his own, and gave credit where it's due.
Undoubtedly, the greatest contributing factor to the success is our staff. They're passionate, they're enthusiastic, they're the happiest people on the planet. They love what they do.
When asked what advice he would like to give to those wanting to excel in life, his answer came from the heart.
Dream. Just never, ever, ever stop dreaming. You know, have a vision and then go after it. Set your goals and go after those goals, no matter what it takes. And once you've done that, focus on those dreams.
Quoting his mentor, Ciccone added, laser-like focus can cut through cement. And so with hard work and perseverance, anyone can achieve what they want in life. Ellen Stalls, FBC News.
Successful Fijians was brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
And Fiji attracts 246 countries in paddleboard competition. Stay with us for this and more.
Mrs. Maninrabu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatupula. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold Naka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Pearl Resort, and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic hit music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Lotoka. I like Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome to FBC Sports, and the Bar football team has won its 20th Vodafone Premier League title after holding Lambasa to a 0-0 draw at Govind Park this afternoon. Bar has topped the league table with 32 points, losing only 2 games this season. In another game played at Ratadakambau Park, Rewa held Lautoka to a 1-1 draw. The Delta Tigers have finished second with 29 points, while Lautoka is in third place. Nandunga has left the Premier Division with a strong message to make a comeback after thumping Suva 6-1 in their last league match in the top division. At Nandi's Prince Charles Park, Draketi held Nandi to a 0-0 draw. The Vodafone Fiji 7 side will work on its weak areas that were identified during the two-day Oceania Sevens tournament. Despite beating Samoa in the final, the team has a lot of improvements to make before taking on world's best teams in the new season scheduled to begin next month. Vaishnil Prasad reports.
Rugby Sevens Championship.
The Fiji Sevens team once again proved that they are the true giants of Sevens rugby after beating Samoa 28-19 in the Oceania Sevens final. This was the first victory of coach Nathaniel Dawanimbuka. However, the tournament was not a real test for him.
I'd like to thank the senior players, and I'd like to thank all the boys in the team and also their families for their support.
The Fiji Sevens side played a catch-up game after Samoa got its first try. Samoa, who had golden pigeons on their side, also scored 2 quick tries in the second half to narrow the score to 21-19.
Ditch has been around for a long time, and we have lots of respect for him. We knew that they will come up with a plan, and we knew they'll come with lots of fire. So the plan really for us was to, use our running game, use our open play.
Fiji managed to pull it away in the last quarter, claiming their second Oceania title. Their focus now turns to the Sevens World Series.
After this tournament, we will go back, we will review the tournament, and the boys actually march back in next Monday evening. We have a group of boys coming in on Sunday night. We start training with them on Monday, and then this group come in on Monday evening, and we start training on Tuesday.
Oceania Sevens is done and dusted. Fiji's biggest challenge now is defending the World Sevens Series title for the third consecutive year. Vaishnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Stylish Lockleon and Nakarawa, Pideli Yato and Kini Murimurivalu will join the Vodafone Flying Fijian squad in London tomorrow. Coach John McKee.
Couple of players. We had some visa issues, getting visas on time for a couple of players, but Nakarawa and Murimurivalu who are expected to join us in London on Monday. So that'll boost our squad going forward.
The Flying Fijians take on England at 3:30 a.m. next Sunday, and you can catch the match live on FBC TV. 26 countries will be taking part in the ISA World SUP and Paddleboard Championship in Nadi this week. The championship that will be held for the first time has attracted some big names. Vaishnil Prasad with the details.
Nadi Sport Denera was decorated with colours of flags during the opening ceremony of the Paddleboard Championship. 246 participants from 26 different countries will be taking part in the competition.
SUP is one of the fastest growing water sports in the world, and with anticipation of it becoming an Olympic event in the near future, I'm confident that this event will contribute toward the mainstreaming of the sport at an international level.
Prominent teams like sub-champions USA and 3 times paddleboard champions Australia will be competing.
And I believe a team of 33 international officials and 10 local volunteers have a tremendous task of overseeing this week's long competition. Congratulations for all the work done, and I'm sure you're just as excited as I am.
Tourism Minister Fayaz Koya thanked the organisers for bringing the world-class event home.
Special welcome to those competitors from Slovenia and Puerto Rico. Thank you for travelling such a long distance to come here. Thank you. Big binakabaklay to all of you.
The 9-day competition got underway today. Vaishnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Fiji residents side were held to a 16-all draw against Community English Lions side at the Ratadakambao Park in Nosori. The residents led 10-4 at half-time. The Community English Lions side played a catch-up game, scoring 2 tries in the second half. Meanwhile, Nandi Aviators won the interzone final, beating Suva Eagles 38-28. Fiji football captain Roy Krishna scored the season's 4th goal in Wellington Phoenix 2-0 win over Central Coast Mariners last night. The side Fiji-born Wallabies centre Tevita Kurindrani scored a crucial try in Australia's 23-22 win over Scotland at Murrayfield. Fiji-born Nathan Hughes and his England side ended their 10-year winless streak against South Africa in emphatic style as they outclassed South Africa by 37 points to 21. This victory makes it 10 wins out of 10 under coach Eddie Jones. And Wales returned to the victory trail after grinding out hard-fought 24-20 victory over Argentina in Cardiff this morning. Well, fine weather prevailed over most parts of the country today. Taking a look at the temperatures in Suva and Ba were the hottest centres, recording a temperature of 31 degrees. Lautoka was on 30, while Nadi, Savusavu and Lambasa were the coolest on 29 degrees. The outlook for tomorrow, it should be fine apart from brief showers of the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Taking a look at Tuesday, afternoon and evening showers are expected and moderate seas are expected as well. Recapping the main stories tonight. The members of the Fiji Council of Churches to join hands to raise awareness on gender-based violence and child abuse. The Fiji Human Resources Institute to facilitate Australian Accredited Foundation program from next year. And 10 men facing sedition-related charges arrested for breaching bail conditions. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. On to this week's poll question, and we're asking, are Fijian parents neglecting proper diet for children? To answer, visit our FBC website. Do send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, citizens@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. If you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us those news tips at FBC News or hashtag FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. This is FBC News. Until tomorrow, good night.
Vengo mille kere antiterroga, quando umaro takana warronga na Bula FM, number 2 na siya.
Kung nga tao niyo na sino, ito mo talita ka ng warronga na Bula FM.
Vengo servino na bose, vengo bikara limbao. Kito do talita ka ng warronga na Bula FM, Korgo. Bula FM, number 2 na siya.
Ewan na utungan ng Bula FM, number 2 na siya, Rambasa.
Bula FM, number 2 en serie.